So in my previous video, I briefly mentioned that Andrew Tate had been arrested, mentioned it was tangentially related to his spat with Greta Thunberg, and then basically laughed my ass off, as I feel is valid because I hate the son of a bitch. However, it seems that because my coverage of this event was not particularly thorough, it left a lot of people confused. And also, a lot of people didn't even know that Andrew Tate was even under investigation in the first place. I realized that my coverage was terrible, and new information has come out since yesterday, so I am going to be using information gathered from various posts on Twitter, this Dexerto article, Andrew Tate arrested in Romania following police raid, and then an article that was posted today, just 30 minutes ago by BBC News. So I'm not going to be pulling up any one specific article. I'm just going to have some relevant images play behind me as I tell you all the information that I have gathered so I can give you the most in-depth video possible so that everybody understands exactly what's going on. So first things first, we gotta lay some basics about Andrew Tate and exactly who he is and what he does. Now, most people are really only aware of Andrew Tate as an internet personality on like TikTok and YouTube. People upload clips of him and, he's always doing the same sort of shit. He's always bashing feminism or talking about how weak and beta cuck most men are, blah, 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 blah. That's the stuff that everybody knows. However, what a lot of people seem to not know, that I previously thought that was very common knowledge, is the fact that the way Andrew Tate actually makes money is from two separate sources. Number one, he's got a school called Hustlers University, in which he teaches young men how to allegedly make a shit ton of money through, hustling, through crypto, through NFTs, and just a bunch of general lifestyle advice. A lot of people have called this a scam. There's been multiple exposed videos calling his school a scam. I'm not going to get into the details here because we would be here for a literal hour trying to decompress everything that's going on with his alleged school.
Like their two responses are, that's not true. And even if it is, it's your fault anyways, which I find amazing. It couldn't be the program, right, guys? But the result is the same as ever, where the real person getting rich, truly rich, is Andrew Tate.
You're broke!
But just know, popular consensus from people smarter than me is that it's not a good school that does not make people money. The second aspect of Andrew Tate that seems to not be as common knowledge as I had previously thought is the fact that he runs a porn industry, specifically a cam girl business. Basically, he has girls show up on camera on live stream and, do all the usual porn star stuff. Now, here's the problem. There's absolutely nothing wrong with sex work. Never have and never will say anything negative about sex workers or the people who produce it as long as everyone is there consensually and everything is legal and safe. And therein lies the problem. You see, Tate has had multiple accusations against him in the past of him exploiting women. And he has said, both posting on his own website, that he prefers Romania because the police are a lot less aggressive in their pursuit and persecution of crimes against women. But he's also even said that in a podcast that he likes Romania because the police are a lot more relaxed.
And also, I like Eastern Europe as a whole because corruption's far more accessible. I find it offensive that a police officer in England will stop me for speeding and then refuse to take a bribe and pretend that... No, but I'll tell you why. Because he'll sit there and go, no, this is the law and order, and pretend that the law means something.
So it almost goes without saying that facing allegations of sexual exploitation in America and knowing that, these sort of crimes are a lot less severe and a lot less persecuted in Romania, he then flew to Romania and has since then been allegedly exploiting women, coercing them into making videos, threatening them into making videos. But a lot of this was just a lot of allegation because the problem is the Romanian authorities, as you would expect based on what I've just told you, haven't really been investigating any of the claims. Back in April, someone made an anonymous tip that Andrew Tate was holding women hostage against their will to shoot his porn videos. This is the event that Andrew Tate refers to as swatting. And everybody who's talking about swatting and seems to be confused why he's actually getting arrested, this is what you're probably thinking of. You're probably thinking of the previous incident where there was an anonymous tip that led to the police raiding and showing up. Now, here's the thing. Even though back in April, him and his brother were released due to lack of evidence, and the whole thing seemed like a nothing burger. That wasn't actually the end of that story. Romanian authorities have actually been investigating both of them continuously since April. And they have acquired a hell of a lot more evidence to support the case that they are engaging in illegal activities. Between April 11th and December 29th, the Romanian police, of their own due diligence and of their own investigative ability, they had already acquired enough evidence to search Andrew Tate again, regardless. The part that I was reporting on, a very small detail of a much larger story, was they were basically just wanting confirmation that Andrew Tate was even still in Romania and hadn't fled the country, which, since this man has so much power and influence, he very easily could have left since April, which they were afraid he was going to do. And number two, before they raided, they wanted to make sure that both him and his brother were in the same place at the same time, because if they raid while only one of them is home, then the other one is probably going to flee the country. That's the only part that they were waiting on. The evidence of human trafficking had already been gathered by Romanian officials. So after his spat with Greta Thunberg, they saw that he had 2 pizza boxes from a local pizza chain, which had proved that he was in Romania. And there was some other piece of evidence within that video that had proved his brother was also in the same place with him. So now that the police know that Andrew and Tristan are in the same place at the same time, they went ahead and raided both of them. And during their raid, they found a lot of weapons, including guns, knuckle dusters, a hatchet, swords, stacks of cash, a whole lot of evidence that doesn't prove, but implies that they were engaging in something illegal. Typically, innocent people don't stockpile cash and weapons. Typically. As of 17 minutes ago, this appeared while I was recording the video, Romanian prosecutors have reportedly asked Bucharest police, that's the city in Romania that they are in, they asked the Bucharest court to extend the detention of Andrew Tate by 30 days after his arrest in the human trafficking investigation. And that's because they really want to keep Andrew Tate behind bars, because if they let him free, there's an extremely high chance of him fleeing the country. Which, again, that's why they needed that picture of Andrew Tate with the pizza box with the local pizza chain in the first place. That's why the Greta thing was as pivotal as it was. It wasn't evidence that he is a criminal, like I had incorrectly implied. It's just proof that he hasn't fled. Fleeing the country is their biggest concern. So that is where we are now. I apologize for not being more clear and factual and impartial in the previous video. I was just so enamored by the turn of events that I explained things poorly. It was all opinion and mockery. So for that, I apologize. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye, guys.